Lord Jamar was right. Lord Jamar is right. What do I mean was right is right? What do you mean? Hit the like button. Lord Jamar is someone who came up in the 1990s era of hip hop with Brand Nubian, a legendary group, Grand Poobah, Sadat X, classic albums, classic records. This was a time when there was still, knowledge of self-respect. It's not what this quote unquote hip hop has turned into today, and even this society, this current society. No. Lord Jamar, who kind of got more as an underground figure in the 2000s as he released his music, but, at some point he gets to vladtv. Now, the greatest thing that ever happened on vladtv was the fact Lord Jamar was up there, because Lord Jamar and vladtv, they showed a division and a mirror to society. Vlad TV, everything about him is ignorance, delusion, narcissism. Everything is, hey, auto-tune drill rapper on my couch. Oh man, you're so hot right now. You have 50 billion streams, and this video about you blowing up your neighborhood has 30 million views. Wow. Everything about Vlad TV is surface level, soulless, just materialism. And then Lord Jamar was about purpose and perspective and protecting your mind, your soul, your spirit. Knowledge and wisdom is what he countered Vlad with. So it was a good balance. The most entertaining, the most informative, the most educational content you're going to get from Vlad are the Lord Jamar interviews. And since Lord Jamar is gone, that's a huge void that Vlad TV doesn't want to fill and can't fill. Lord Jamar would say what needs to be said, like me on these channels. This channel, my sports channel in the description, my music channel in the description. If I'm going to put something out, if I'm going to say something, it's going to be for a purpose, for a meaning. Lord Jamar is this type of individual, but when you are this type of person, you have you have the opposite, which is people like Vlad, where everything is idolatry, everything is you must be hating, No. Lord Jamar spoke against the rainbow activity. He spoke against the promotion of it. He spoke against the drill music. He spoke against Kanye wearing a skirt. He spoke against the Bruce Jenner activity in this society. He spoke against the whole fake liberal democratic. He spoke against the nonsense of Republicans. Even the fake independent people who really aren't independent pretending to be. So he was right. And it didn't take 10 years to look back and be like, oh, he was right. No, if you have sense and logic, this has always been right. The Most High tells you to be against these things, to be against being a worldly individual. And now Lord Jamar has his own podcast, and he's still speaking the same way. Now, I will say this. Some people are not meant to be hosts. Some people need to be, the interviewee, not the interviewer. I think Lord Jamar, I think he's out of place when he has to run the whole show or be the interviewer. It's better that he's being asked the questions, but still, he's still saying what needs to be said on his own program. Rod Digger, Godfrey, what have you. And Vlad TV is still blowing rappers on the couches and still bringing up their mothers when they get their heads blown off and don't even stop the video to give them a tissue, nothing. Lord Jamar was right about Eminem. I mean, even the delusion of Marshall Mathers. Eminem is a guest. If you are not black, if you are not African, if you are not West Indian, you are a guest in hip-hop music. You are. You don't own it, you don't run it, you don't dictate it. And then Eminem's delusional crew of nut holders and himself were trying to fight this, and then Eminem says, well, I never said I wasn't a guest. So why are you fighting Lord Jamar for years? I mean, that right there is the example of delusional people. You're whining and crying just for years later you to agree with the person in the beginning. So that's how that conflict ended. Eminem basically agreed with Lord Jamar. So why was him and his delusional defenders? Because Eminem is so great, he always has to be defended. Explain that one. Someone always needs to be defended, yet they're so great. No, Eminem, just like his fan base, are the most thin-skinned people in the world. They're the biggest contradictions in the world. Eminem can say anything about anybody, but say something about him and somehow you broke the law. That's idolatry. That's delusion. That's being a worldly person. That's being a follower. There's nothing right about that. That's a sickness in society. And everything matters. What type of person says it don't matter? The person I just described. Lord Jamar was right. You know, I remember maybe like 2009, 2010. Professor Griff is another person like this, saying what needs to be said. And you notice when you are a black man who's an independent speaker, they label you with every agenda. You have white people calling black men racist because you criticize white people. That is hilarious. It's always someone not black telling a black person to get over something racial, because a white person takes no responsibility for themselves or their history. They have no perspective. That's why they can't relate. That's why there will always be race wars in society. Because you have the delusional white knight who thinks he dictates to society. He doesn't. Same thing with Eminem. He thinks he dictates hip hop, and his fan base thinks the same thing. He does not. Because Eminem's whole career is him trying to mimic black people. Do you remember when he was wearing do-rags in 2002? I'm sorry, Marshall. I don't think you're going to get waves. He called himself the white Tupac. Oh, everything about Eminem is trying to be a black man. Eminem loves black men, but he don't like black women. Shout out Mariah Carey. Shout out D. Barnes. Shout out that big head, 5-head Luciferian Rihanna. Oh, God. Mariah Carey said Eminem got with her back in the day, and he blasted off in less than 60 seconds. What was that Missy Elliott song? Minute Maid? What's Eminem's favorite drink? Minute Maid. Hit the like button, share, subscribe, donate to the Cash App in the description, do the super chat, super likes, whatever. Go wash your ass.